Welcome to analyzing what went wrong in this case. I lost my reel. I lost the two rubbers which I recovered, but I landed the fish, so enjoy. And as you can see, I pulled my gun out a little bit too low. I pulled the trigger, I noticed that something fell off. In this case, it's the reel. And if you slowly watch the footage, and I fired the shaft and the line tangles around the reel, and with the power of the fish, when it takes off, it went really low. Why? Because on the footage I can see the drag of the rope while pulling the reel and the recoil of the gun. It wrapped around the rubbers, but the fish was really close, luckily, and it was probably around 2.5 meters away, not even, maybe less. Rob Allen guns can fire up to 4 at maximum if you shoot a little bit higher. This is a 140, it's still pretty powerful. And suddenly it just took off. Luckily I shot it in the bottom fin, and you could tell that the fish is on because it pulled the float. And it usually when I shoot a fish a little bit too low and I can see that it went at the belly spot and it rips out, it was a big float pull. Anyway, the fish took off and I felt this massive pull. Whoop. I'm like, oh god. I didn't realize until I saw that the fish is pulling both of the rubbers with the float and the breakaway, not realizing, because I think I'm at 21 meters here. It pulled off the reel, didn't notice that falling off. It pulled off both of the rubbers, which I just saw when the fish went really far. You will be able to see it in the slow motion footage, and I'm looking at my gun, and suddenly there's just no rubbers back on it. So I'm like, where did they go? And I can see them floating up. So I swim over pretty much, I don't know, maybe 10 meters away from me, 15 meters away from me, and recovering the rubbers, and I can see the fish is still on because it's pulling the float. Coming back up to the surface, I let my dive buddy know that the fish is on. He's asking what it is because we've been seeing dogtooth, and we thought it's a dogtooth. He thought it's a dogtooth, but it's not. In this case, it's just a Spanish mackerel. The float is doing its job, and in this situation, I didn't know where to go. Either grab the float, drop the gun. What's the more important? And luckily we had a jump back hanging off the other float. So I just decided to pass the gun onto my dive buddy, and he could handle it. And then I'm gonna go pull up the mackerel so it doesn't go into the reef and I lose more gear. And then slowly started pulling it up. And as you can see on the footage, I'm trying to put the rubbers back on. And yeah, that just, in the end, we ended up pulling on the gun and the rubbers on the float with the other shark lip, and putting a second shot because I thought I'm not gonna be able to recover it into the fish, and happily landed that Spanish mackerel. Thank you for watching. See ya.